We are at the Bharat Pavilion of the Cannes Film Festival, and this is the place where all the action is concentrated as far as the Indian camp is concerned. Joining me today, somebody very special, Richie Mehta, Indian-Canadian filmmaker known for Delhi Crime and Poacher. Welcome to DD India. What brings you to Cannes this time?
I just am very happy to be sharing in the Indian presence in Cannes this year, which is so special. After so many years, there's an Indian film in competition. There's Indian films in many of the sidebars. There's the classic screening of Manthan. And then there's this obviously incentive announcement and the presence of the ministry. I'm very happy to be a part of this.
Great to have you here. Also, what does it mean to be really at the inaugural ceremony of the Bharat Pavilion to somebody like you?
Look, again, as you said, I'm a Canadian Indian, right? So as an NRI, for the last 20 years, I've been trying to to export positive stories about India, and utilizing some of the stereotypes and misconceptions the world has about India and turning it on its head. So for me, it's all about showing how incredible our culture is, how incredible the people are in India. And so to be a part of this inauguration, to be on stage here alongside these dignitaries, to me is very special as a Canadian NRI, because I identify as Indian, and to be included in this group is very special for me personally.
What are the strengths of Indian cinema that you see? Is it the post-production facilities that we have? Is it the power of storytelling? Or is it an amalgamation of a lot of things?
It's an amalgamation. I think the talent in India is unmatched globally. The fact that India makes the most amount of films in the world just by itself indicates that Indians have the most set time in terms of on-set experience of anyone in the world, on average. So to me, the on-screen talent, the stories on which they can draw from, post-production, the craft, I think it's unmatched in India, having worked all over the world. And so to me, it's all about working with that, the art and the craft and the stories from India, and they've made me up my game as a result.
What is the future that you see as far as co-productions are concerned between India and various partner countries? As a Canadian Indian, as an NRI, are you looking at co-productions with India? And do you think that India has it in it to attract that kind of filmmaking?
I definitely think it does. It's very important for me, the co-production space with India, because I think what's happened in the last 10 years is Indian audiences are now very savvy as to what makes the best production value. You know, they're watching stuff from all over the world, and they're watching Indian projects, series and films, and certain budget requirements are there. And sometimes the Indian market can accommodate those budgets, sometimes they can't. And so to have partnerships, financial partnerships around the world with global talent, collaborating with Indian talent, I think is now what Indian audiences are expecting, because they're so savvy. So to me, what's happening now here with the co-production space is actually crucial to maintain the ecosystem.
But do you agree that there is growing visibility of Indian cinema on the world stage? Like we know, All We Imagine Is Light by Kapil Kapadia, you referred to that, is now in the competition section after 30 long years. We've been winning Oscars as well. We've been winning in various categories in the Cannes in past. The Palme d'Or, then it was called Grand Prix in 1946 when Chetan Anand's Neecha Nagar won it. So do you think that over the years that visibility has grown?
Yes, and visibility is the key word, because I don't actually think Indian films and series have necessarily received what they deserve on a global platform. So the visibility is increasing. The quality has always been there. I think now the world is starting to notice it, but I think it's long overdue, to be honest.
Concrete deliverables that you're looking at, have you set some goals? Are you looking at more networking for co-productions or for your future films?
A combination of many of those things are happening here. To be perfectly honest, Delhi Crime, when we were financing it, hit a milestone when I was at the Cannes Film Festival in 2017. But for me, the biggest thing here is to support the community. I live in London, so it's a train ride away for me. A lot of my friends are here showing films and colleagues. So I just want to be here to support, and I also want to receive that inspiration.
Right. Also, what do you think about the influence of various international film festivals that India has been hosting, like IFFI and MIFF?
Oh, again, for me, I mean, I have shown most of my films at various Indian international film festivals. Oftentimes, when I first started off in the industry, it was the only way for me to show my films in India because the distribution network for what is considered art house cinema was not there. So it helped launch my career in India, to be honest. And I think it's continuing to do that for a lot of young filmmakers in India, and give them inspiration, give them opportunities to network. I mean, there's no way for many young filmmakers in India to connect with the international community except for places like IFFI. So to me, these are lifelines.
At the Cannes Film Market, there was a Bharat focused panel discussion on abundant